me from darkness to light. Lead me from death to immortality. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Anvesha Ganguly, welcoming you all to the inaugural ceremony of National Symposium on National Education Policy 2022, organized by the South Asian Institute for Advanced Research and Development in association with and sponsored by the Indian Council of Philosophical Research, Ministry of Education, Government of India. At the very beginning, we will start our program with a beautiful Saraswati Vandana performed by Ms. Indrani Sarkar, the student of International Institute of Geospatial Science and Technology. Indrani Sarkar for your beautiful performance. Now, I would request Mr. Arindam Ray, Director of Academic Affairs, South Asian Institute for Advanced Research and Development, to give the welcome address for this inaugural session of the National Symposium on National Education Policy 2022.
Thank you, Anisha. Good morning to all of you. I, Arindam Ray, would like to extend a hearty welcome to all the dignitaries, participants and members of SAIARD to the inaugural ceremony of 7 days national level symposium on the philosophical perspective of national education policy. The SAIARD is an academic research institute which strives to bring about the development in educated children through the skill and mental development by means of new policy capacity building program and breaking the myths of traditional education. Herein lies the significance of today's program. The Mahatma Gandhi believed that the education system gave the primacy to the mind and kept the body and spirit somewhere at the back burner. The National Education Policy 2020, after almost 3 decades of the weight, has exhibited a similar shift in the philosophy wherein it holds that education in its primitive form of rote learning does not lead to the expected outcomes of human development. I believe the ensuing program will be a great success in exploring the new philosophical perspective of national education policy and prove to be beneficial to all the present here. Thank you to all of you once again. I am handing over to Ms. Anisha. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your welcome address. Now I would request all the guests and dignitaries to take their seats on the dais in the following order. I would request Ms. Priyanka Chaudhary and Mr. Promit Banerjee, the students of IIGST, to convoy our honorable guests. At first, I would request Dr. Bishwajit Roy Chaudhary, Chairman SAIARD, to come on the dais. I would request our honorable guest, Srimati Pooja Bhomik, Deputy Secretary, University Grant Commission, Eastern Regional Center, Government of India, to please take her seat on the dais. I would request honorable guest Dr. Mohua Mukherjee, Professor, Rabindra Bharati University, a famous dancer and founder of Gaudiya Nritya Bharati, to please take a seat on the dais. I would request honorable guest Professor Dr. P.K. Mishra, the principal of Surya Sen Mahavidyalaya, Shiliguri, to take his seat on the dais. One of our honorable guests is already present with us, not physically, but online. Honorable guest Professor Nilima Gupta, Dr. Hari Singh Gaur Sagar Central University Professor, Madhya Pradesh. She has already joined us. We welcome her too. One of our honorable guests, Professor Jayanto Chaudhary, Tripura University and founder of Global Forum for Sustainable Rural Development, is already on the way. Now, it's time to felicitate our honorable guests and dignitaries. I would request Dr. Bishwajit Roy Chaudhary, Chairman SAIARD, to felicitate our guests. Dr. Bishwajit Roy Chaudhary is going to felicitate honorable guest Dr. Mohua Mukherjee, Professor, Rabindra Bharati University, and famous dancer and founder of Gaudiya Nritya Bharati. I would request Bishwajit sir to felicitate honorable guest Srimati Pooja Bhomik, Deputy Secretary, University Grant Commission, Eastern Regional Center, Government of India. I would request sir to felicitate. I would request Mr. Arindam Ray, Director, Academic Affairs, SAIARD, to give the welcome address to felicitate Professor Dr. P.K. Mishra, Principal, Surya Sen Mahavidyalaya, Shiliguri. Now, I would request Dr. Bishwajit Roy Chaudhary, Chairman SAIARD, to give the presidential address in this occasion.
Thank you, Anisha, and thank you to all the dignitaries on the dais, especially Srimati Pooja Bhomik ma'am, Honorable Deputy Secretary of UGC Government of India, Eastern Regional Center, Professor Mohua madam from Rabindra Bharati University, Professor P.K. Mishra sir, Professor Nilima Gupta ma'am, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Dr. Hari Singh Gaur Sagar University, Madhya Pradesh, and also Professor Jayanta Chaudhary. He is on the way from Tripura University. Sir, please come. Sir, please come. So I will request Jayanta Chaudhary sir to join with us. Sir, please have a seat. And I will request my colleagues, Mr. Arindam Ray, to kindly felicitate Professor Jayanta Chaudhary. So please give a big round of applause for him. And virtually, Professor Nilima Gupta ma'am has joined. I heartily thanks to her for his presence within her busy schedule. And virtually, I felicitate you, ma'am. And it's my please take my regards and pranam on behalf of South Asian Institute. So today is a very important day for our institution, as we know that, and also all the dignitaries, those who are coming from the different corners of India, because today we are going to organize two back-to-back events on behalf of SAIARD. That is the first National Education Policy Symposium, National Symposium Inaugural part, and where the lectures will be organized by SAIARD, and the Honorable Vice Chancellors from 14 different universities will join in this lecture series as well, and it will start from this coming week. And today is the inaugural session, and I am thankful to the Indian Council of Philosophical Research, that is the part of Ministry of Education, Government of India, for being associated with us and sponsor this National Education Policy event. And after that, after lunch, you know that we have organized another event, that is the SAIARD Pride of India Award. So I will say about it in later. But the National Education Policy, which you know that in the Government of India has launched in the year 2020. So it's really a dramatic changes, a dynamic changes, you may say, in our education system, which will go to face. And definitely I will be very happy that I am also a part of the academic field, and we are also be organized this kind of event in through our organization physically. Though we have organized on behalf of SAIARD virtually 6 to 7 programs of national education policy, where the several dignitaries throughout India has joined and share their views as well on that part. And today it is the first time we are able to organize this physical event. And for that, I first of all, on behalf of SAIARD, heartily thanks to all our delegates, our guests of honors, those who have joined us and give their valuable time with us for sharing their views with that point. And also, I know that South Asian Institute for Advanced Research and Development, from the very beginning of our platform, we are focusing on the community-based activity and how we can apply the education sectors for the development of the community. And through our institutions, we have associated with the different ministries like Ministry of Jal Shakti, Ministry of Urban Sectors, Ministry of Science Technology, even education ministries too. And we are working towards so much collaborative activities with them. Along with that, we are also associated with the several industry bodies and academic institutions for doing such collaborative activities. And through this, we have conducted so many research works, and our faculties, our students, and the team members have also joined in so much academic activities, research-based activities, capacity building related activities. And you will be happy to know that within that short kind of period, we have also provided create the job opportunities for our students or those who have associated through our institutions in different platforms, either in Kolkata, West Bengal, or in other states. And it's also a very significant point in that sense, you know, that creating employment is a very crucial part. And national education policy, one of the major theme of that national education policy or focus, you may say, is the creating the employment and how knowledge can be a part of their livelihood support. And SAIARD, from the very beginning of our platform, even before the starting of this national education policy inauguration, so we have started this kind of initiative, and through this initiative, you may say that we can also have some little bit of success for the development of our students' support, for the development of the nation. Along with that, you will be happy to know that we are also associated with the several international bodies, national bodies as well, and we are also working together in collaboration. And recently SAARC has associated with us. We have conducted 2 programs with the SAARC, and SAARC has also associated our institution as their research journal activities as well. And in future, I promise that through our institutions, I will definitely try, and not I, but our team will definitely try to support this nation as well as our Bengal as well, and hope with your support, with all your blessings, we can definitely do these kind of activities for the development of the society, for the development of the academia, and for the development of our students first and foremost. So with this, I will no longer discuss my points. I will request to Anisha to take the podium and also invite our honorable guest. We would like to listen to him. And last but not least, I would also like to give my special thanks to our honorable chief guest, Dr. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank sir, honorable former Education Minister, Government of India, as well as the Member of Parliament. Though he will not be able to join physically, but he has sent a very good message for all of us and also share his views on the national education policy, and it's really, really a big matter for us. So thank you everyone, thank you those who have joined and those who will obviously, the book we will launch through our platform. I will also give my heartiest congratulations to Dr. Joy Didash, Mr. Arnav Chatterjee, and also Paushali, because we have published 2 books through our platform and 1 book will go to come very soon. And today is the another day, that is we are going to start our another unit under SAIARD, that is the Center for Language Studies and Research, through which we are also focusing to start the foreign language courses, and already we have connected with the several international universities regarding this. I will be happy that these kind of initiatives we can take and we will create some livelihood support opportunities for our students. So with this, thank you once again. Namaskar, Jai Hind, Vande Mataram. Hello.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging speech. With this, I would like to request Mr. Arindam Ray, Director, Academic Affairs, SAIARD, to felicitate Dr. Vishwajit Roy Chaudhary, Chairman, SAIARD. One of our honorable guests, Professor Nilima Gupta, Dr. Hari Singh Gaur Sagar Central University, Madhya Pradesh, has already joined with us. So I would request her to deliver her speech on this occasion.
Thank you very much. Dr. Vishwajit Roy Chaudhary, who is the chairman of South Asian Institute for Advanced Research and Development. We have guests amongst us, Srimati Pooja Bhaumik, who is the Deputy Secretary, University Grants Commission from Eastern Regional Center, Government of India. Dr. Mahua Mukherjee, who is a professor from Rabindra Bharati University, and also we know her as a famous dancer and founder Gaudiya Nitya Bharati. We also have with us Dr. P.K. Mishra, Principal Surya Sen Mahavidyalaya from Siliguri, and a number of participants who are present here from all over the country. I am also glad to note that Dr. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, who was Education Minister and right now is Honorable Member of Parliament, he will also be joining through online mode. So, and this National Symposium on National Education Policy 2022 indeed is a welcome sign when the entire India is thinking about implementation of this policy. This policy came into existence 2 years back, and since then different universities, organizations are finding out means to implement this policy. Now, India being such a large country and having such a huge education system, it is indeed a very difficult task to implement this national education policy right at the grassroots level. So I think that symposia like these, who are discussing about national education policy and trying to frame guidelines for implementation in their respective institutes, is indeed a welcome sign for its implementation. Now, national education policy, if we go through the entire policy, I am sure majority of you, if not all, have gone through this policy, which is basically divided into two parts. One deals with the school education, which I feel is also very important since higher education is being fed by the school education, and unless our school education is very strong, I think we cannot do much in higher education also. But being associated with higher education, I should try to restrict myself to higher education, and here we are looking forward to maintaining the quality in universities and in colleges, and to have a vision or a roadmap as to how we can change the entire education system within at least the next 10 years. We are looking into how we can adopt holistic and multidisciplinary pattern of education, and now also to provide an environment or an ecosystem for the students which is diversified. As still right now, I know that we have three basic streams. One is science, one is commerce, and one is arts. And the students were required to opt for any of these three streams. And the students of arts could not take any course in commerce or in science, and vice versa. So a student who had this multifarious interests was limited to choosing a particular stream, and now with this national education policy, it says that, in other words, I would like to say that they are the tailor-made courses, by means of which we are trying to look into the aptitude of the students, and we try to give them courses which may be varied belonging to different streams. Also, now there is a flexibility. Say now, for example, we have not only opting for different courses, but also we have multiple entry and multiple exit systems. That is, it's not a foundation now. So, for example, if a student got an admission in undergraduate, he had to complete his course in 3 years, and then there was a relaxation. In different universities, say for 5 years, 6 years, he had to complete that course. After that, he could not get the degree at all. But now this policy says that you can, say suppose you are not able to complete this course in 3 years. If you are completing 1 year course, you can get a certificate course. If you are doing a 2 year course, so that you can get a diploma. If you are doing a 3 years course, then you can get a degree. So this was a step-in, step-out system. That is, you can study as much as you like. So I think this is a very positive sign for the students. And not only that, we are also just like we have these banks. So these banks where we can deposit our money, similarly now we can also deposit our credits, and that is the ABC, or the Academic Bank of Credits, where we are trying to deposit these credits. And of course there is a lot of focus on teachers. This of course involves a lot of hard work, especially in our country, where I find that in many of the universities, many of the posts we are landing in for the teachers. So now, with respect to the teachers, we have to have qualitative as well as quantitative improvement. Because once we have, we cannot talk about quality if we do not have quantity. Say there are 10 posts and we have only 2 teachers. So if they have a load of 10 teachers, then how can we expect quality in these 2 teachers? So we have to have a sufficient amount of quantity, and then we can think about generating quality also. So we have to have enhancement in the teacher structure as well as their quality. And also we have to, for example, of course for school education we do have a training program for the teachers. But for university teachers we do not have any training programs. So how to make them, and in higher education I feel that the teachers, they should be updated. They should have their knowledge to that extent because they are imparting the highest level of degree. So we have to look into the quality of these teachers also. And we have to, skill-based education, that is a very important part. So this skill-based education, it has to be inculcated in each and every course. So that the students, we find that the universities, they are giving degrees. And our students having a degree in one hand, they are moving from office to office, office to office, just looking for a job. But if we teach them skill in each and every course, I think that even if they do not get a job in different offices or organizations, they should be independent. They should be what today India is talking about is Atmanirbhar. So through skill development, we can also make India Atmanirbhar. And of course, we have to improve the quality of research. And I'm very glad that during the past years, the quality of research in our country is improving. And the biggest example is that during the COVID period, how where we were not at all equipped with any type of facility for drugs or for vaccination. India became one of the top 4 countries to manufacture vaccines, not only for our country but also supplying for other countries. So this way, our country has progressed a lot. And finally, the national education policy also talks about the regulatory system of governance in different institutions and how we can improve the educational standards by adopting good methods of governance in these institutions. So these are now we have to look into that how to implement. These are the very broad outlines of the national education policy. But if we try to analyze it from the, I see that we have a representative from the University Grants Commission. So I would just like to point out in some bullet points that UGC has talked about regulations on academic rank of credits, which I just talked about. It talks about guidelines on multiple entry and multiple exit, and UGC has been very instrumental in framing out policies for the same. For example, for multidisciplinary education, UGC has already given guidelines. Guidelines for apprenticeship and internship, and amendment in of the institutions deemed to be universities. That is also being done by the University Grants Commission. Regulations on the online education system or the ODL system, that is also in practice through the UGC. The credit framework for online courses through the SWAYAM portal. The universities are being encouraged to utilize this SWAYAM portal and internationalization of higher education. I'm very happy. Only the UGC, I think, only yesterday it has given guidelines and it has given permission for foreign universities to establish in India, and this is being done in Gujarat. So I think that it is a very welcome sign, and our students who are migrating out and they were spending a lot of money in that transport and accommodation in foreign countries, now they will be benefited as they will be getting foreign degrees from our country only. But I think that this is a one-way cycle, and India should also look into the possibility of doing a similar thing for our universities also in other countries. So that would be the true concept of internationalization, when we can get international universities in our country and our universities can go out in other countries also. So I think that would be a perfect system of internationalization of higher education. And now we are also having an Office for International Affairs. And I think each university must have an Office for International Affairs and should promote students from other countries also to come to our country. And not only, I would just add on that we should not restrict only to our students, but also to our faculty. So since we would like to have an international exposure of our students, we should be not only our students but international faculty from other countries also. And also UGC talks about strengthening of the alumni, which instructions have been given by the UGC to all the university, and I'm sure that we are getting benefit from our alumni also for the improvement of quality education in our universities. So now, if we just in a nutshell, if we try to summarize, what are the key recommendations of the policy? I'm sure that the participants who are here from different parts of the country will be talking more about how we can implement these. But I must say that if we talk about the implementation of the national education policy, we have to increase the gross enrollment ratio to at least 50% by the year 2035. So a large move is going on in the country as to how we can improve the gross enrollment ratio, because unless we have an enrollment, it may be school education, it may be higher education, we cannot think about improvement in quality education. We have to have more of multidisciplinary education and undergraduate education system, and we have to have a higher education. We have to make a transition or a change to our higher educational system, which should have large multidisciplinary universities and colleges with at least one in or near every district, because sometimes we find that these educational institutions they are not approachable for the common students. I'm talking about those rural students who are present in the villages and they do not have access to these good universities or colleges. So we must make education approachable to all our students, and we must have a light but tight regulation of a single regulator for higher education. And I already talked about ABC, or the Academic Bank of Credits, and we have to set up multidisciplinary education and research institutes, which are called as MERUs in short. So this is also being promoted by the government, and setting up of a national research foundation through which we can improve the quality of research. So I feel this is very important because I see the time is less and I've been given 10 minutes. So I'll just briefly sum up with saying that what initiatives Dr. Harrison Sagar University has taken in the implementation of MEP 2020. I'm very glad to inform you that from this year we are implementing the National Education Policy 2020 in our university, and this is